Let's roll. Alright, Barakatah by Shimi Al-Shai. Double honors the apostles of great millstone. And honors your brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, back out here again for the spirit Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai. Alright, to prophesy the upcoming events that's going to be brought out here through the scriptures. And hopefully, you know, it's going to be of edification. Hopefully we get into it. And most importantly, you know, hopefully this prophecies is going to be pushed out there. So, you know, you got a lot of things still popping off. Okay, Esau's not slowing down his movement, his motion towards the chip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, you had the, everyone should know now that you had the situation out there in Wisconsin. And you had these, this employer basically chipping all of his employees. And as a result, you had it to where you had different managers and, you know, people out here within the UK, okay, basically seeing it as the solution to all the problems that they got out here, okay. And as far as the people out here is concerned, all right, that's what's going to be the thing, all right. Especially when you got it to where you got all of these so-called attacks happening, but we know that's all made up, so that an agenda could be fulfilled. So with that, let me go into the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, and we're going in the spirit off of that. So Psalms 83 and the first chapter. So it says, keep thou not all silent, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still. Okay, for thine enemies make a tumble, right? They that hate thee have lifted up the head. Okay, so we're in a state, okay, we're in a government, a kingdom, all right, a rulership. Okay, we're in a rulership pretty much where you got it to where the devil's in rulership. Okay, let's see that within the scriptures, within the book of Job, the 9th chapter and the 24th verse. Okay, it's the book of Job. Right, this is the book of Job, the 9th chapter. Let me get it. 9 and 24. So it says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. If not, where and who is he? So pretty much now you got it to where the Most High is giving Esau, okay, power and control of all the earth's resources. All right. So when you go into the history, when you go into the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, what you see is that the Most High created the earth. All right. The earth was going to be inherited by a particular group of people. Now, if you go along the line of ascension, going from Abraham, Isaac, all right, it was supposed to go to what? To Esau, because he was the older brother. All right, but the Most High set it up that the younger was going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. All right, so when you had it to where Jacob supplanted Esau, and therefore Jacob was going to inherit the whole earth, and then they would later fall off on the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, which was the covenant keeping the rulership of the earth. Well, guess what? You had it to where the enemy, all right, which was their twin brother, okay, was going to rise up, and they was gonna take control of the earth. But we know that through the scriptures, they was going to be the wicked. All right, because when they was going to be in rulership, wickedness was going to multiply. You can read about that within the book of Maccabees, the 1st chapter. So this is back within the book of Job, the 9th chapter. Read that again. So it says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? It says, for now my days are swiftly done a post. Okay, they flee away, right? They see no good. Right, they have passed away as the swift ships, as the eagle, right, that hastens to the prey. And that goes hand in hand with Job the 30th chapter. Okay, them that are younger than I have me in derision. And that's where you got it right now. You got it to where you got Esau, all right, whose nation was created after us. I believe that's the correct breakdown. I would really have to study back my information again to get the understanding of where it talks about them that are younger than I have me in derision. Okay, to get the fuller understanding, but pretty much you got into where the Edomites, Esau, and his rule, okay, right, his rule of wickedness, that's the rulership that's been established upon the face of the earth. And with that being established, you got into it, not just Jake, okay, right, Jake is catching hell because of the covenant that he broke with Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, okay. You got it to where you got Elam out there working in sweatshops, making t-shirts so you can buy them out there within Primark for £8. Okay, and then you got it to where the so-called Western world, the politicians out here, they're talking about fair pay and peace, and how that they're treating all of these different countries with fair trade. You got these different countries in slavery, man. Right now, notwithstanding, when you read the scriptures, pretty much what you see within the scriptures is that when a rulership is established, okay, the other people, the subordinates underneath them was going to be in a form of captivity. Now, wherever you was going to have a righteous rulership or a wicked rulership, you was always going to have it to where you got a ruling class, a family line. Okay, a ruling class nation of people. Okay, right now that's the Edomites. Okay, and amidst those people, you was going to have the control of the wealth and the resources upon the face of the planet. All right. Now, when you go into where that rulership is wicked, that rulership, the management of those resources was going to be in a wicked form. These people was going to be getting ripped off. So when you go into where Jacob is going to be in, the Israelites, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans was going to be in rulership, well, what you're going to get now is you're going to have it to where these nations, Edom, okay, the sweatshop, the t-shirt makers, okay, the sweatshop kids, okay, Ammon, we're out there making toys and shoes and all of that. That's Moab. All right, Ammon making the technologies and all of that, the phones and whatever. They're gonna be in the same position of servitude, but it's gonna be in righteousness. So they're gonna have some sort of a peace of mind. Okay, they're not gonna have to worry about how am I gonna feed my kids, because they're gonna be taken care of, but they're still gonna be subordinate underneath the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. They're still gonna be slaves. Okay, and we can read about that all day within the scriptures. Okay, it's clear within the scriptures that when the Messiah comes back, the Lord, when he sends his son and he raises up the 12 tribes of Israel, those are going to be the dominant people upon the face of the planet. And they're not going to have it to where the other nations are employees. Those nations are going to be slaves and they're going to know their place. The only difference is it's going to be a righteous rulership where you ain't going to have it to where Esau is going to go out there and murder a whole bunch of people so he can get some oil. Okay? So let's get back within the scriptures. It says there within the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, and the 2nd verse, it says, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, they that hate thee have lifted up their head." And that's what Esau's mentality is. He said he is a God. Okay, he's the one that's created life. Okay, we go on into the public fool system. They tell you that the world just came into being. Okay, they tell you that the world is just manifested, and you can be a god of your own destiny. Well, I'm here to tell you that the Most High is the one that created the earth. The Most High that's in control of everyone's destiny. And if you're destined to be one of the people, okay, that's of the lineage of Esau, you're gonna be destroyed, man. And we're gonna read about that within the book of Obadiah. Okay, right? Because contrary to common belief, ain't nobody out here just doing whatever they want to do, man. Okay. You're doing what you're doing because the Most High has prescribed your destiny for you. And some people's destiny is to be in rulership. That's the Israelites. And some people's destiny is to be in slavery. Okay, that's the Moabites, Ammonites. Okay, the Japhetic people. All the other 16 nations left are the 18 nations, of which Esau being one of those 18s is going to be wiped off of the face of the planet. And that's because the Messiah is going to set it up to where Jacob, the Israelites, they're going to be off their right mind. Okay, that's spoken about within the book of Hebrews, the 8th chapter. How that the Messiah was going to take out that stony heart, which is our mind, and put a heart of flesh within it, right? So he was going to be able to follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. He was going to program the Israelites to follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. And that's a powerful statement. Because when you go into the curses, the covenant that Yahweh made with these people, he said, look, boom, if you do right, these are the blessings that you're going to get. You was going to be living in a land that was going to be constantly flowing with riches, man. Okay? The forces of the heathens was going to come to that land because you was going to be doing right. But if you was going to go off, well, you can read about that within our history. You can hear about that all the way on YouTube. Okay, you go into where you go dudes talking about, oh, the black woman, this, that, and the third, or the black community is so terrible, this, that, and the third. Well, that goes back onto the curses that Yahweh put upon these people because they couldn't follow the law, such commandments that he prescribed. But ultimately, he set it up to where they wasn't going to do that. So you can learn the whole sphere of rulership. Okay, when you go into the history of the Roman Empire, okay, how that when the Romans, when they came out there and they took down the Etruscans, which is the Japhetic people of a dark skin, okay, they had it to where you have two classes of people, the plebeians, the patricians, okay? Right, the patricians, as far as they was concerned, they was born to rule. But here's the problem: when you're ruling when you're ruling over a people and you don't know how those people conduct themselves, well, guess what? You ain't gonna have a clue of how to rule those people. And that's what the Most High's got this whole thing playing out for. Now you're gonna know exactly how to execute the judgment in righteousness. Okay? So the book of Obadiah. Go to the book of Obadiah right quick. right? Obadiah. I'm gonna read vast majority of it. Right, so Obadiah, the first chapter and the 3rd verse. Okay, it says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. And who is more proud than Esau to think that he is as the Most High? Okay, he's gonna sit in the Most High's seat. Okay, judging these, doing whatever he wants to do. That's Esau for you. Okay, he said it within his own mind that he is the Most High. He's gonna create life. He's gonna genetically modify an apple because the apple apparently wasn't perfect within Esau's eye. Okay, so it says there, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground. Okay, you go out there and you see American propaganda. Okay, when they have American propaganda go out there, what do they say? They say, look, there ain't no army out there upon the face of the planet that's going to take them down. Okay, but what about the army of the Yahweh Shem outside? When you go into the book of Isaiah, the 54th chapter, and the 16th verse, the scripture says that any weapon that is formed against thee, all right, of which a weapon was Esau's blessing, any weapon that was formed against thee wasn't going to prosper. So when the Most High fashions the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans into the instrument of judgment, okay, well, guess what? Esau's ICBM nuclear missiles, his heat guns, all of these technologies that we have even come to see, in, they ain't going to prosper against the men of the Lord. Okay, notwithstanding, when you read the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, which I might get to, okay, when you read the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, what did it say? The scripture says that all of these people are going to be fighting up against each other as prophesied within the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter. And when they see the son of the Most High coming back, they're going to put away their quarrels and go up against Yahweh Shem outside. Okay? But in so doing, the Lord wasn't even going to lift his hand. And the scripture says that he wasn't going to meet thee as a man. But quite the contrary, he was going to destroy all of their different armies and set up a ruling class of people that was going to rule in righteousness. So this thing of there's no army that's ever been created that is going to be able to destroy this existing ruling beast. Well, that's null and void, because Yahweh Shem Shai is the one that can say, look, boom, you're going to be risen up. You read about the history of the Assyrians, well, they took down the house of Israel. Okay, because the house of Israel was going out there for worshiping Baal. Okay, you can read about that within the book of Hosea. All right, so they took down the house of Israel. They wanted to go out there. I believe it was Sargon II. They wanted to go out there and take down the house of Judah. Okay, but guess what? The Most High was with Hezekiah. I believe it was Hezekiah that was ruling Judea at that time. The Most High was with him because he was a righteous king. And what happened? You had it to where Hosea's men didn't go out there and take spears and javelin and threw it at the Assyrians. Okay. The Most High didn't have that happen. He said, look, man, you ain't going to have to lift you. I'm not going to save you by bow. I ain't going to save you by bow and arrow. I ain't going to save you by spear, javelin. Okay? I ain't going to have it to where you're going to go out there in open battle and you're going to get to work on them. But you're going to have it to where you're going to have salvation by my hand. So the Most High went out there as a death angel and put all of those Assyrians to death. So the same thing is going to play out here when you got the modern day Assyrian Empire, because when you go into the scriptures talks literally and sometimes metaphorically. And when you're reading about Assyria, some of those prophecies that's concerning Assyria applies now to America. Especially the thing of their army being destroyed with neither bow nor hand. Well, guess what? The house of Israel, these people ain't got no army out here to take down Esau. But the Most High is the army. You read about the stories of was it Elijah or Elisha? I forget which one. Okay, pretty much you had it to where they was going to go out there to battle, and the men were scared, and the prophet prayed unto the Most High and said, make them see, okay, that the host that is with us is greater than their armies, man. So when you see in these people, this ain't no people with no army associated to them. Our army is with the powers of heaven, man. Okay, and the scriptures tell you all about that when we was leaving Egypt. Okay. When we was going up to battle against certain armies, because the Most High was with us at all those times, man. Okay, so let's get back within the scriptures here. It says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high. Okay, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And we're seeing who's going to bring down Esau to the ground through the scriptures. The scriptures says, let's get it. In the book of Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, and I might as well get the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter at this point, so you can see the whole picture of how Esau's going to be taken down out of power. Because when you're seeing how Esau has a conglomerated power unto himself, how he's put himself in a position where he's untouchable by way of the petrodollar, by way of the world reserve currency, you pretty much think that Esau is untouchable. When you see the whole amount of aircraft carriers that these different countries have, and you see that America's at 19 aircraft carriers, which are small moving countries, right, to eliminate any possible force that can rise up from anywhere, okay? Because that's what an aircraft carrier is. All right, it's an attack. It's taking the idea of war and fighting from a vantage point of height and going and putting it on steroids. Okay, so you're gonna put all of those fighter jets on an aircraft carrier. You take that aircraft carrier to that position of that you see as a threat, and you eliminate that threat. That's how this whole beast system works. But see, even in that, and how much it might look like Esau could never be taken down, the Most High is still going to take him down, because he's coming with power that's beyond this world. Okay, he's coming with power that's beyond the ICBM nuclear missiles that Esau's put together. That's beyond aircraft carriers. Okay, here it is. These aircraft carriers utilize the ambient, the wind. Okay, they utilize the atmosphere that was created by the same powers that's going to come back. They're working on a different level than Esau's working on, man. Okay. And when you read the scriptures, you find out that Jake, the people that you see on the side, the elect of them, they was joined unto Yahweh's side, creating the earth. Okay, if you will receive it, they was joined with Yahweh's side when the earth was created, man. The elect of those people. Okay, so let's go into the book of Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, and then I'm gonna go into the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. All right, to show you that when these armies join, and then they're going to be battling up against each other in World War III, and then they're going to turn against Yahweh and try to fight him, well, they're not going to prevail, man. Okay? They're not going to prevail. In fact, before I get Isaiah the 63rd chapter, let's go to Revelations the 12th chapter and the 12th verse, maybe even from the top, depending on how relevant the information is. Okay, so Revelations 12, okay, I'll start from the top. 12:1, it says, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon underneath her feet, and upon her head were 12 crowns of 12 stars." This is talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, okay, the nation. "And she being with child, cried, travailing in birth, pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, behold, a great dragon." And that's the power structure that with the whole entirety of the world is underneath right now. They're underneath the power structure, the influence of this great red beast. That's why everybody out here is glorifying wickedness. That's why everybody out here is in a position that is detrimental to their health, that is detrimental to their well-being, because you got it to where the power structure that is the beast is in rulership. Okay? When you read about the history of all of these great nations that were arisen from the time of the Babylonians all the way right on up, they were all likened unto beasts, okay? And the beast that we're in right now, we're in a beast. This is called the red beast right now. This great red beast that took all the information about how to keep people in slavery, how to put hardcore slavery and make it profitable to you. He took all of that information from the ancient empires that existed, and he applied it, man. Okay, we're talking about distributing your slaves so that they don't have any culture. Well, that goes back onto the was it the Media Persians? I believe it might be the Media Persians. But pretty much, you take a family, you break down the family, you send the son over there, you send the mother over there. Well, guess what? That culture is going to be completely destructured. Okay. And that's what Esau did when he brought over the Negroes out there within the North Atlantic slave trade. He disassembled those families, and guess what? By way of disassembling the families, you had a loss of their heritage, man. Because you didn't have the parents teaching the children, this is who you are. Now you go to where the people out there within America, the Israelites, they believe they're actually African Americans. Okay, so they've named themselves after two Greeks, of which the Greeks are the ones that this is the same people that's ruling over you, and you named yourself after them. I'm here to tell you that you're actually an Israelite, man. Okay, you're actually a descendant of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so let's carry on. It says here, in Revelations, the 12th chapter, and the 2nd verse, it says, "And she being with child, cried, travailing, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns," talking about the power structure that Esau was going to come with. Those 7 heads represent Britain, France, Germania, Major, Minor, okay, the Greeks, okay, and then the 10 common economic markets of Esau out there within Europe. That was going to make up the power structure of the beast, okay? You got it to where America is spearheading the war side of things, Britain spearheading the financial side of things, right? The Roman Catholic Church spearheading the spiritual side of things. So they're the ones controlling all of the religions upon the face of the planet. Well, guess what? The Most High said in the latter times, the men of the Lord was going to be out there and they was going to be getting it in, man. They was going to be revealing the truth. That goes into the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Okay? That goes into the book of Isaiah, the 47th chapter, how the Esau's dirt was going to be lifted, it's going to be seen, man. Okay? How that his secrets was going to be revealed unto the world. Now you go to where everyone on YouTube's got a YouTube channel talking about conspiracy. That's the Most High revealing this, man, this power structure for the wickedness that they have done. That's why you go to where the ruling class of people out there, the elite banking families, ain't nobody knows that they're in rulership, man. The vast majority of people don't know that these elite banking families, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the Gettys, etc., etc. The vast majority of these people don't know those are the ones that are actually controlling and calling the shots, man. Okay? Because they are a work of a power of deceit. And because of all the wickedness that they have done, and all the wickedness that they have profited off of, okay, ripping people off, having people in hardcore slavery, well, they got to rule behind the shadows, because if people knew who they were and what they did, they'll take them down, man. Okay, hell, they said it to where Henry Ford said this. Okay, the owner of Ford automobiles. He said, if these people knew how this economy worked, they would uproar. But who set up this economy? The same people that are hiding under the veil of secrecy, right, so that they can rule you, so that they can have control over you, and ultimately so that they can put an implantable RFID chip inside of you, of which they got out there in America right now. Okay, being pushed as the new means of accessing information out there in your workplace. Okay, so back within the book of Revelations, the 12th chapter and the 3rd verse, it says, and there appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns. That's Esau. Okay, that's Esau. Okay, it says, and his tail drew the third part and his tail